Hello everyone, and welcome to another chess game of Paul Morphy in the Paul Morphy's chess game series. And in this game, Paul Morphy has the white pieces, and his opponent is Theodore Lichtenhein. And this game was also a very interactive chess game of Paul Morphy. And Paul Morphy starts the game with playing e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to f6, and we have the Russian game. Bishop to c4, knight takes on e4, knight to c3, d5, bishop takes on d5, knight to f6, attacking the bishop, bishop to b3, bishop to d6, d3, and Lichtenhein castled. h3, h6, bishop to e3, knight to c6, queen to d2, knight to a5, attacking the bishop, g4. Well, Paul Morphy is pushing the g-pawn, and we have seen this move by Paul Morphy many times in his previous games. So Paul Morphy played g4. We have knight takes bishop and a takes on b3, bishop to d7, rook to g1, lining the rook with the king, knight to h7, knight to e4, king to h8, g5. Paul Morphy wants to open the g file, closing the file h5, knight to h4, g6, queen to e2, bishop to c6, f4, sacrificing the pawn, e takes on f4 and then bishop to d4, check, king to g8. And in this position, as you can see, Paul Morphy haven't castled, and he is also pushing the g-pawn. And black does everything correctly, and Paul Morphy is breaking the rules. He haven't castled, so in general rules, you have to castle, and also you have to protect your king before attacking. And on the other hand, Lichtenhein is doing everything correctly. So Paul Morphy played a killer move in this position. Well, he played a very beautiful move, so can you guess the next move of Paul Morphy? What would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? Well, Paul Morphy played knight to f5. What a move by Paul Morphy, sacrificing the knight. But we have rook to e8. Let's take it back. If g takes on f5, then knight to f6, that's check. And if knight takes knight, that would be a disastrous move for black, because we have g takes on f6, king to h7, or king to h8, it doesn't matter, because black is getting checkmated. With queen takes on h5, that's checkmate. So in this position, if king to h8, saving the king, then queen takes on h5 is very unpleasant for black. And if you find knight to f5, congratulations, but also castling in the queen side was a good move in this position. But Paul Morphy is choosing the attacking move. He played knight to f5, sacrificing the knight. But Lichtenhein, of course, didn't capture the knight, and he played rook to e8, knight to h6, that's check, king to f8. And then Paul Morphy castled at move 22. Bishop takes on e4, d takes on e4, queen to e7, attacking the e-pawn, e5, bishop takes on e5, bishop takes bishop, queen takes on e5. And once again, can you guess the next move of Paul Morphy? Well, Paul Morphy, of course, didn't capture the queen, because that would be an ordinary move for Paul Morphy. So Paul Morphy played rook to d7, And if queen takes queen, rook takes on f7, and that's checkmate. So after rook to d7, Lichtenhein played queen to g7, defending the checkmate threat. Morphy played queen to c4, rook to e7, defending on f7, rook takes rook, king takes rook. And after king takes on e7, Morphy played the last move of the game, and after that move, at move 29, Lichtenhein resigned. Well, Morphy simply played rook to e1, and this is all over for black. And there is forced checkmate from everywhere. And if, let's say, king to f8, then queen to c5, and that's checkmate. And if, let's say, king to d8, then queen to d5, king to c8, rook to e8, that's checkmate. If king to d7, then queen to d5, king to c8, rook to e8 again, that's checkmate again. If king to d6, then rook to d1, king to e7, queen takes on c7, king to e8, rook to e1, king to f8, queen to d6, that's checkmate. So as you can see, black is getting checkmated. After rook to e1, after Morphy played rook to e1, this is losing for Lichtenhein. And I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.